Welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we got a very special episode. We have the owner of Aguila Real with us right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be interviewing the owner of Aguila Real. Now, if you're not familiar with the brand, I did a review on it a couple weeks ago, I think it was probably, where this was a brand that I found out about, and I did some research on it and talked to the master distiller on how it was made. Got some details about it, so this looks really good. And then, well, we picked up some of it for ferment and still. I tried it. I was like, wow, this stuff is really good. And then did my review on it, and now it's kind of taken off. A lot of people are buying it. We're selling a ton of it. Everyone that's coming back to me saying that it's really, really good and really enjoying it. So I contacted the owner and and asked him if he'd come on and talk to us today, and he said absolutely. So please welcome to the show the owner of Aguila Real, Miguel De Los Rios. How you doing, Michael?
How are you guys?
We're doing great, thank you. So
I mean, some people call me Michael, but I prefer Miguel. I've gone by Miguel my entire life.
Miguel. I'm sorry, Miguel. All right, so Miguel, I'm glad you could join us today. So let's. I want to start.
Pleasure.
I want to start with talking about your journey and how did you decide you wanted to create a tequila brand? What kind of motivated you to do that?
Well, honestly, it came about. I mean, it wasn't something I planned. It was something that came about through a conversation and a relationship with Sergio Vivanco. And the opportunity came up and I ran with it.
All right, because you were living in Los Angeles, right? And then did
yes,
you go?
I was living in LA.
Okay, and so you just decided one day, hey, I want to go back to Mexico and create a tequila brand, or
No.
how did this all come about?
Well, at the time, I was working for a multinational company doing their marketing, and I was consulting for them. And the Viva Mexico, the people at 1414, known 1414, approached me. Mm-hmm. And they said, can you do something for us? Can you help us out? Can you do some marketing, maybe partnerships? And so that's how it came about. That's how the relationship started.
Okay. And so you said, sure, I'd love to do my own brand, and
right.
Decided to talk to them about it. And says, okay, so when you decided to create your brand, Miguel, what was your goal? What was your objective? Like, what did you want to accomplish with it?
I fell in love with tequila maybe right around 1997. And when I say I fell in love with it, I tasted some really amazing tequila, and I thought, just the mere possibility of owning a brand or having a brand was so far removed from a reality for me that when the opportunity came about, I jumped on it. I visited the distillery. I called them up. I'm going to be out there. They picked me up. And I'm talking about 2007. So those of you that have visited the distillery at 1414, it is leagues away from what it looks like right now. It is an entirely different place. Beautiful nonetheless, but they've evolved quite a bit. They've grown quite a bit since 2007.
Okay, so what was it like when you decided to create the brand with the Vivancos? Was it they just say, hey, we have some juice, you want some juice, you try it? Or, I mean, how did you put everything together?
Everybody has their interpretation of what it should taste like. And I really wanted, when I started the brand, when I envisioned the brand, I wanted something that I liked. So that's what I did. I got together with Sergio. Sergio started around the same time that I first visited the distillery. So
everybody knows, he's talking about my friend Sergio Cruz.
Sergio Cruz. He's master distiller and an amazing human being. And extremely knowledgeable. I mean, A to Z on tequila. You want to know anything about tequila, that's the man to speak to.
He is very knowledgeable. He's a good friend of mine. I love Sergio. So I'm sorry, go ahead. You were telling your story. You were working with him.
When I had my own vision of what I wanted it to taste like, and what I envisioned. So then I sat down with Sergio and I said, I want to make great tequila, and they educated me too, because at the time, for all intent and purposes, I drank tequila, but I was a novice. I was a novice. I drank, your typical brands, your typical national brands that everybody tastes, and they educated my palate. That's the truth. I went out there and I became educated. I became educated about tequila, what it should taste like, what it shouldn't taste like. And so it was an evolution. It was certainly not something that was, this is what I want. No, it was an evolution of what we were going to do. I said, let's make something great. Let's make something amazing. And we went to work on it. And it took about a couple of years. It took 2 years.
So what was the process like? I mean, tell us a little bit about what you
Well, the
went through with
process,
it.
it's not like anything you do. It's not like cooking up an omelet. It's not like, oh, let me change the ingredients here and there. No, it's a lengthy process. You have to, when you come out with a batch and you do a tasting, you get your agave and you start from zero, right down from the yeast, how many bricks in an agave, how many years was it, when was it harvested, the fields, everything influences the taste. So it's a labor of love. It's a labor of love, and it takes time.
Okay, cool. Now, this bottle is something really special. So can you tell us a little bit about what you went through when you were designing the bottle and the label and stuff on it?
I can barely hear you.
I said the bottle that you did here is something special.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about what you went through when you were designing the label and the bottle design and everything on this?
I mean, when I was designing the bottle, it was that was an evolutionary process too. I mean, it was painstaking. It was first we had first I designed the logo, and then I went to an artist. He designed it. I mean, I'm not an artist, so I gave him my description of what I envisioned as the logo, and we worked our ways. So first we started with the logo, and then we kind of came about with everything else. And I wanted to have certain elements, like for instance, when I say I wanted it to be Mexican, I wanted to embody Mexico. I wanted people to look at that eagle and say, that is Mexico, en todos los sentidos. So, like we have 16 feathers on each side. We have 16 feathers on each side, 9 on the tail. The greca on the back. When I did the design on the back, I wanted it to somehow contribute to the aesthetic. So I made it a shield, which is the escudo. And that's what we did. I mean, there's a lot of elements that go into it, and the bottle cap, the bottle cap as well. The bottle cap has the greca. It's
a hefty bottle cap.
The greca. It's very heavy. It's very heavy. A jeweler makes our bottle caps. Very reputable company makes our bottle caps. They're wonderful people, and they make really amazing stuff.
Oh, awesome. So for those of you that don't know too, the 9 and 16 represents September 16th,
September
which is
16th, Mexican Independence Day.
Mexico Independence Day. So,
Right.
But these bottles are really nice bottles. I mean, it's super.
So if you can raise the bottle cap, if you can raise the bottle cap, you'll see, let me see right here. There you go. The bottle cap, if you look at it, it has, prefiero morir de pie que vivir de rodilla. Those are Emiliano Zapata's most famous words, his most famous quote, and that's our first edition. And if you look at it, the greca, those 3 little stairs represent the eagle's wing and mexica, and the S represents a serpent. So for all intent and purposes, the greca is the eagle and the serpent. So there's a lot of elements that make it, special.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't notice that. So you should keep your bottle caps though. So when
I would keep the bottle caps.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like when you get rid of the bottle or whatever. I mean, even my wife as I think she's already told me, she wants me to claim the bottle to put flowers in and use it as a vase. So, so it's one of the few exceptions there is to a really nice bottle and great juice inside of it. So. There's a lot of tequila out there that's in a pretty bottle, but the juice is not good. Oh, there you go. You're back on again.
Back on again. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. All right. So
we
tell
have
us.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, no worries. For those of you that don't know, we didn't really have a chance to kind of get orientated and stuff because he's been running behind. So that's why things were a little disoriented to begin with. But we'll get things settled down here. Not a problem.
I'm gonna pour some of this.
Yeah, enjoy some. I'm drinking the Plata right now, which is really good. I mean, this is my bottle of the Plata, by the way. You notice?
Yeah. I'm definitely a silver guy.
Yeah, and then this is my second bottle of the Reposado.
Right,
So
the reposado is addictive.
it is. It's very good. So tell us a little bit about the process of making your Plata and then your Reposado, what you did, and what you personally like about it, and
our first batches were a little aggressive. So it was basically it was a collaboration with Sergio Cruz, and I would taste the batches, and then we would have conversations about it. We'd say, what do you think? What would you do different? What elements we think? Like some of them came out a little aggressive. What can we do? The agave, how do we go about it? That's when we like I said, it was a 2-year process. It was about maybe 4 batches, maybe in excess of 4 batches that we went, and then I would go and visit out there. And you know what it's like. You go out there, you sit with a plate of cheese, and you have different variations, and you start tasting. And it is Disneyland for a tequilero. It is Disneyland for tequila guy.
It is. They do a great job, and they have a lot of great tequilas that come out of there. And if you sit with Sergio Cruz long enough, you'll become just as crazy as he is, because he's very infectious, and a super just all around great guy, and
let me tell you,
nice person.
Everybody at 1414, from Sergio to Jose Manuel, everybody is just everybody's just great. Everybody's terrific. To his sons, Jose Manuel's sons, they're good people. They're a great family. So I'm very, very grateful to be in business with them.
Yeah. And then Sergio, of course, loves to teach. He's a college professor as well. And so when you're there, you'll get a course on tequila and on distillation and tequila making,
the whole
stuff.
process.
And,
I mean, you can have a 2-hour conversation about yeast.
Yeah, which I think is really great. So so you created the brand, and so what was your journey like since you created it and took it to the road?
It is, Aguila Real is a miracle brand. Aguila Real is a miracle brand. We are not a big corporate brand. We didn't start out with a whole lot of capital. It was basically my savings and friends and family. And it's a journey. It's a journey. It's not everybody's. It's not what everybody imagines, but it is a wonderful thing, and I'm very blessed to be able to do what I do. But it's not what everybody imagines. It's extremely difficult. Getting into accounts is extremely difficult. It's very competitive, and you're dealing with people with some big pockets, and God bless them. I mean, everybody has a right to make a living and take a shot at it, and God bless them.
Yeah, there is a lot of pay to play.
It's very competitive
going on in the industry, and that's true. And so it's really tough for a small brand to make their way, but you're doing it, and so
we're doing good. It. We're making it happen. Thanks to you. I really appreciate the exposure. You have no idea. Incredibly appreciative.
Well, thank
the
you.
Opportunity.
Yeah, I'm all about talking about the small guys and helping them and get the word out. I mean, that's what my whole goal is with everything that I do. It's letting people know that there's these small producers out here producing amazing stuff,
right?
And you're not going to know about it because they don't have these big, advertising
these
budgets.
Huge budgets, right?
Yeah, and so it's my pleasure to be able to tell people about stuff like Aguila Real, which is an amazing tequila.
And let me tell you, there are some a lot of folks are coming out with some really amazing brands, like these small batches. And I'm not talking about the celebrity brands. I'm talking about these, what can you say about the Tapatíos, the Camarenas of the world, Fortalezas of the world? They are making amazing products, and I love where tequila is going. I love where it's going and all the work that's being put in it, because we get to benefit. The consumer gets to benefit from all this arduous work, and it's painstaking.
Right. So where do you see Aguila Real in the future? What are your goals for it?
The sky's the limit, but like I said, it's a great deal of work. Give it a chance. For the people that are out there, give it a chance. It won't disappoint you. It's an amazing product. It was a labor of love. It was a collaboration with the Vivanco family and Sergio Cruz, and it was a lot of work, but and we're very proud of it. I produce something that I'm incredibly proud of, and everything from the presentation to the taste to the smell to the color. There wasn't a detail that was overlooked. Everything was addressed.
Right, and just so everybody knows too, I've had a little conversation with Miguel a couple nights ago. Kind of got the lowdown on his story,
Right.
and one of the things that really impressed me was that he worked, for a very large corporation before.
I did.
And he quit his job and basically sunk his life savings
I did.
into this
Jumped
tequila.
off a cliff.
So, so he's in this, to win it,
Right.
and he's dedicated to it. And he, we were talking too about, our feelings about, tequila and stuff. So, why don't we talk a little bit about that? Because I'm sure people are going to want to know, like, your preferences for tequila and stuff. What do you look for? What other tequilas do you enjoy besides drinking, Aguila Real?
I love, you can taste it. I mean, once you start, you can taste the work. You can taste the effort. You can taste the steps that everybody took to get to that profile. You can taste it. It shows through. It shows through in Fortaleza. It shows through in products like, Tapatio. It surfaces. I mean, those are great products. And the work it surfaces. It shows up. The Cascawin, we had that conversation. I wish, I've heard so many wonderful things about it, but I haven't tasted it yet, and I'm looking forward to tasting it. But I've heard wonderful things about it, and it's an honest brand, and that's what it is. I think an honest interpretation of a brand, of a profile, is what I'm looking for. I'm hoping that the consumer becomes more discriminating and starts to look for those authentic flavors that come about when you roast agave, when you take the time to put the effort, when you let it you harvest it at 8 years and not 5, and you're not using a diffuser. You're taking the time and you're using those brick ovens and effort. It shows up.
Oh yeah, you can
I
taste
believe
it.
in work.
Yep, you can taste the blood, sweat, and tears in the
Yes.
tequila when the producers put all their heart and soul and effort and stuff into it. You definitely can taste it. All right, so I think right now is a good time for us to kind of start opening things up to questions from our members. So why don't we take the time to go visit in with them real quick? So we're going to start with some of our hellos first. Hello, Alejandro, how are you doing, buddy? Glad you can make it. Todd, glad you can make it. Hello. Andy, glad you can make it. Thanks for showing up tonight. Shaman, hey, thanks for showing up. Checking in. We're here.
Shaman Johnson.
Leo Bravo. How you doing, Leo? Glad you can make it. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Todd, to you.
Salud.
Hey, Abel. Yes, salute to Friday.
Salud.
Joe Rodriguez, glad you can make it. Hey, D Grant, welcome. Glad you can make it. All right, we have a question here from Shaman. He wants to know, what are your ideal tasting notes when you look for a good tequila? Start, middle, and finish.
Wow. Remember, every batch has different properties. Every batch has different. It's about work. Like you'll have a batch that has certain distinctive things, and sometimes it's for me. I'm a silver drinker. I drink plata. And so, it's like anything else. It's like when you breed horses, you hope for the best, and you put all the effort you can possibly for it, and you hope that it surfaces, and it is what it is. That's why I feel very strongly about not doing additives. Additive free is the way to go, and an honest interpretation, and that's what it is. And what comes out comes out. But like I said, if you start out with great, a mature agave, you roast the agave. You have your yeast. You can play around with the yeast. There's different properties on the yeast that bring it, and then you double distill it. I don't know about everybody else. I don't know about any. I don't know. I don't know about no triple distilled. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
It's agave
my
vodka.
understanding is if for my conversations with Sergio, there's no such thing as triple distilled. So there you have it.
It's agave vodka is what it is, basically. It's
I,
agave vodka.
I drink tequila. So what am I going to tell you?
So Shaman wants to know, how many batches of tequila did you taste at 1414 before you said, this is the one?
Man, it was 2 years. And let me, it was 2 years. I think we went through, I'm not gonna lie. After about the second year, I was a little scared, and I stopped counting, only because I had already sunk in quite a bit of capital in it, my savings, and I was a little scared. And it wasn't happening. It wasn't tasting like I wanted it to taste. So we're probably looking at maybe between 11, 12, 13, maybe. It was quite a bit. Maybe, yeah, it was quite a bit of batches.
Well, Shaman then commented, and he wanted to know, your Plata is the best 40% ABV tequila he has ever had.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
He wants to know if you're going to be working on an añejo or extra añejo to go with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. An añejo is in the works, and I can't wait to bring it out. COVID put a little, wrench in the whole system and the whole timeline, but we're definitely going to come out with an añejo. And you're, like I said, and I've heard you, Mark, say it. If the Plata is great, the repo is going to be amazing. The añejo is going to be, the extra añejo is going to be, amazing. So, yeah.
Well, I look forward to, hopefully you'll send me a bottle to do a review on. Well, hopefully you'll send me a bottle to do a review on and let everybody know about
Absolutely, it will do.
That would be awesome. I'd love to do that. So EBA 101 box. He's a boxer, and I know you're a boxer too, Miguel.
Yes.
EBA 101's a boxer. He's the big into boxing, so you guys have a little
love boxing.
Something
I'm a big
in common.
boxing fan.
But he says he can't wait to try your brand. So.
Oh yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, when I tell people, when you make that purchase, and I respect every, people work for their money, and I respect that. I treat it very, very seriously when people, spending their hard-earned dollars. So I try to give them the very best that I possibly could. So when I say that, when we produced the very best we possibly could. I couldn't do it better. If you can find somebody better, if you can find a better tequila, then God bless you, because I did the very best that I could, that my team could.
Yeah, no, I was real impressed with it. And it's funny because when I messaged Sergio Cruz about it, and he responded back with, "Oh my God, where did you find that?" And then he also said that was one of his most favorite profiles that he's created. Yes. So that says a lot, considering the tequila that Sergio Cruz has.
Yes, well, he
created,
made it.
so.
I mean, it's his creation.
Yeah.
We sat down and you should have seen the smiles that when the batch came out that we liked. In fact, my cousin was with me. Sandra Partida was with me. She was sitting with me, and I tasted it. I first tasted it, and I held back because I was like, maybe I want this to happen so bad that it tastes amazing to me. So I kind of, Sergio was at the table. Two Sergios were, Sergio Ivanco and Sergio Cruz were at the table, and I kind of looked around, and then they had their sip, and then everybody started nodding, and I was like, it's amazing, right? And everybody's like, yes, it's amazing. And it was like, it's done. We're done. We're here. This is what we got. We did it. So it was very exciting.
Awesome. Well, Jason Slater says, thanks so much for spending time with us and for all your great info about the brand. So salute to Jason.
Sure. Thank you so much.
All right. So Alejandro Marquez wants to know if you've ever considered doing a high proof Blanco.
Absolutely. I am definitely my next trip out there. I'm going to sit down with Sergio, and then we're gonna discuss everything that it takes to do it. And I'm going to put my best foot forward, and we're going to try to, if we produce something, we're going to try to do the very best we can. So yes, that's a very real possibility.
Okay, good. Well, I'm in to do a review if you get one of those done. All right. So Todd wants to know what would you say set your brand apart from other brands?
Wow. When I started in 2007, there wasn't that many brands around. That's the truth. in 2008. We finally hit the market in 2015, and there was brands, but not like there is now. For me, man, truth be told, it was just the fact that I had it on the, like, I could go to a bar or go to a store and buy a bottle. Like, I was done. Like, I did it. Like, I did it. Like, I can't believe that I own a brand. I was over the moon. I didn't really think about it much farther than that, because I mean, I come from Boyle Heights. I mean, even the fact that I was working for a multinational spirits company, I represented recording artists and athletes. I traveled all over the world, and it was like a whirlwind. So just getting the brand to market was a big deal. We are a miracle brand. When you buy Aguila Real, you're buying a miracle. You're buying a miracle, on a shoestring. And that's how we did it. When I landed my first container in 2015, I had $800 in my account. If I didn't sell that month, it was over.
Yeah, you didn't eat.
Done.
Yeah,
we were belly up. So we're a miracle brand.
So it's a make it or break it type of scenario there. That's so.
Yes.
You had to put your blood, sweat, and tears into making. No such thing as failure.
No, there was no. I still don't have a plan B. So this is what I do. I had somebody ask me. They're like, "What else do you do?" Are you kidding? I said, "This is it. I can barely keep up with everything that I have to do now." So
you also import and
yes,
distribute.
I'm an importer and distributor. I self-distribute.
So you had to get your import and distribution license
Yes.
as well. What was that like?
That was no small feat.
I can imagine.
A lot of people don't have to know that you have to secure a warehouse. You have to do all these. You have to go through a lengthy process before you even get it. So you don't have a license, and you're basically going out of pocket for a while before you actually have product to go over. But yeah, before you get that license. So it's a lengthy process, but it's possible.
Awesome. Yeah. And so you're self-distributing, and
I'll tell you why I did it. While I was kind of developing the brand and developing the taste and whatnot, I was doing all I did was read about tequila, and I read a lot of people's their story as well and their mistakes that they made, and I came across brands that had really difficult issues with distributors that were not selling their brand. They were kind of holding them hostage. That they were getting, they were in lawsuits because they were holding them back, exclusivity contracts. And I said, I don't want to deal with that. And I didn't. And I went about and I got it. And so sometimes that's the way to go, because, it's a really scary world out there. There's a lot of folks that are, they don't do what they say.
Well, and by doing that, you're, in control of your future. I mean, there's nothing holding you back.
And that's what it was. But it's definitely difficult, but it's possible. If anybody out there is interested in doing it, you can do it. It's possible, but just know that it's going to be difficult.
It's going to be difficult, and it takes a lot of money. So, all right. So, D. Grant wants to know if there's there's no special batch in the works for me, but I do have a special batch that I'm getting from Sergio Cruz and Sergio Vivanco. So that's coming down the pike, and so you guys will be knowing about that.
This is what I'm going to do. When I go to the distillery, I'm going to ask to taste the Tequila Hombre special batch.
Ask them; they'll pour you.
And we'll call you for permission.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you'll know it's funny because unless it's all bottled now, but they come out with like a tropical punch plastic jug that they put it in. One of those like ocean spray with the that has the handle on the top of it. And you unscrew it, and they're like, "Here, you got it," and they pour it right out of this. It's definitely like a mezcal side of the road. Hey, dude!
Oh my God!
My dad makes this stuff. Try it.
You know what? I will make sure to get some bottles out there so you can use those bottles.
Yeah. So they'll pour you some and you'll try, and it's amazing.
Yeah, no. I'm looking forward. So I'm gonna ask. So what do you call it? Am I gonna call it for the Tequila Hombre special? Is that?
Yeah, you can tell them it's the 43 Viva Mexico. So
Okay.
but you can say it's the Tequila Hombre's batch, and they'll say, oh yeah, okay.
Okay,
And
yeah.
they'll pour you some. They know. Sergio Cruz, Sergio Vivanco, and myself, we call ourselves the three tequila amigos.
Yeah.
And so we always, when we go, we always get in trouble and go across to Jaime's Carnitas and raise hell over there.
Did they take you horseback riding?
No, I didn't go horseback riding with them. No.
Next time.
But we did eat a lot of goat cheese and,
Oh my God. The cheese, that place across the street, amazing cheese.
Yeah. And they serve it on the plate with the it's
Yes.
like,
You go to town. Make sure you're not lactose intolerant. And if you are, don't take a date.
well, it's goat cheese. So I don't know. Is there a lactose in goat cheese? I don't know. I don't know if that's a milk.
You know what what is it called? It's I don't know. They always have it there, but it's it serves a purpose. It's not just eating cheese. I mean, it cleans your palate.
Right.
But it's definitely something you look forward to, and it's delicious.
It's really good. All right, so Moy Bravo showed up. Hey, Moy Bravo. Bienvenido, welcome. So Shaman says, yes, I agree with you on the tasting notes. You don't need to dissect the tequila. It's just great. When I sip your tequila, my taste is just saying, wow, thank you. More, please, and great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shaman's our big talker today.
Shaman Johnson.
You had mentioned that 1414 reached out to you. Had you had a relationship prior to this?
No. They at the time I was working for a multinational, and they knew of what I did, and so they were poking my brand for my expertise, but from that introduction, a relationship came about, and we've been friends ever since. And like I said, they're an amazing family. Don Feliciano Vivanco, I had the privilege and the honor to have met him, and he's just a great man.
Before he passed.
Very old school, just un hombre muy cabal. Feliciano Vivanco is un hombre muy cabal. He's just a man's man.
Yeah, and Sergio and Cesar are doing a good job keeping things running in his honor. So
yeah.
I know them both, and they're both amazing people.
I love Cesar. Cesar the Charros. I love Cesar the Dead. That guy loves horses as much as I do. He loves them.
Well, and it's funny whenever you get Sergio Cruz and Cesar together too, things can get a little strange and crazy. Yeah. But Cesar's great to have around too because he speaks English, and so sometimes when I'm there and
Jose Manuel's children, both his boys are they're working there. They sort of picked up the reins, and they're doing a really great job.
Yeah, everyone's doing a great job there. Yeah. All right, so we do carry both expressions of Aguila Real at Ferment and Still. So if you haven't tried it yet, you can pick it up there. We sell a lot of it, and people so far have come back and said they love it, and there's been some great reviews posted on the site about it. I love it. I'm going to keep drinking it, and it for those of you two that and Miguel loves it. Those of you two that smoke cigars, like I'm a big cigar guy, the reposado goes very well.
Yes, with cigars. If you're a cigar smoker, definitely the reposado is the way to go. The complexity that comes about, just a lot of great things happen when you smoke a cigar and drink the reposado.
Oh yeah, no, I've been enjoying some good medium-bodied cigars with the reposado, and it's my wife goes, "Are you coming in from outside yet, or are you done smoking?" And I'm like, no, Lima. I'm enjoying myself.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I'm home because I'm really going to town on this.
I've already finished. Well, no, I'm almost done with the plata, and I'm about ready to have some reposado, and I'm sure I'll be sitting out tonight with a cigar after this because it's almost cigar 30 here in Southern California, and enjoying the reposado with the cigar. So Todd has a question for you. He wants to know how many bottles are produced in one batch. So how big are the batches?
So on a given batch, you're looking at 8,320 in each batch.
8,320 bottles in each batch. So 8,000. So you did more than a 400-liter batch then, right? I'm trying to think. That's... Yeah. All right. And then the one batch that we have now is...
That's our first batch.
So it's 2014, right? Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, you're tasting the magic. You're tasting I tell people all the time, get a bottle, keep a bottle. And we're hoping that, you know, we're not one of those brands. I have no idea that the next brand, I mean, I can assure you that the next brand is going to be good because it's going to take work. We're going to take all the measures to make it great.
The next batch.
Will it taste exactly the same? Probably not.
Yeah. The next batch. You said next brand. The next batch. You're not doing any different brand.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. The next
They're
batch.
keeping one brand, guys. They're not changing the brand.
Will it be good? Absolutely. But you know, a lot of things happen. A lot of things, you know, when you introduce the yeast, and then, you know, our agave is going to maybe the bricks will maybe a bit more, maybe less. But we're not that brand that is going to add anything to make it taste the same. So it is what it is. That's why I love what Camarena's doing, and he's making people, or the batches, or even what they do over there at Fortaleza, when they say, like, this is the batch. This is what it tastes like. There's certain properties that come about. And
that's what the lote numbers are all about, you know.
Right. There's certain things that are specific to the batch.
Yeah. And that's what Carlos talks about with Ocho, you know, with the different fields, different years, so you can see the difference that the terroir has in the agave and stuff. And most of the people know, because I talk about this all the time, where I tell them give a brand 3 bottles from 3 different lote numbers and 3 different tries before you decide it's not the brand for you, because you could just have a batch that doesn't agree with you flavor wise. The next batch could be completely different, and you can be like, okay, well, I like a bottle from this batch better, you know.
I mean, there's certain consistencies with the batches, because I think the work is still the same and the effort is still the same, but different. It will have a different profile.
Yes.
This is tequila. This is an inexact science, but it's a beautiful science.
So how much is left of the first batch? Just so we know.
We don't have too much left. So if you're out there, pick it up, because, you know, we're gonna do another run, but the first batch is the first batch, and you'll be able to tell. I'm gonna make certain distinctive marks on the bottles, so then you'll know which was the first batch and the second batch. But yeah, no.
Yeah, and this one,
if you have a bottle, drink a bottle, keep a bottle.
Yeah, this one's got the batch number on the back, and the people that have gotten it have seen that it does say, you know, 2014, and it has the batch number right on the bottom of it there. See, so it says
it has a date.
Yep.
That's our first batch.
2011, so November 20th of 2014.
Yes.
At 14:20 p.m. So so this one, you'll have the first batch if you have that number on your bottle. And right now we do have them in stock and fermented still.
I'll make some different on the next bottle. On the next batch, I'll make some very distinctive features. Maybe, I don't know if it's in the eagle, or I'll actually mention it, but you'll definitely be able to tell whether or not you have a first or a second batch.
So get your orders in, and if we need to, we can buy whatever he's got left in his warehouse.
Yeah. Ferment and Still has first batch, and that's where you want to pick it up. Awesome.
There you go, guys. So I think that's any other questions? Anything else anybody wants to know about Aguila Real and this wonderful tequila that we got from 1414?
1414.
Yeah, it's amazing. The Vivanco and Associates, it's great distillery. They make really good juice, all the best juice.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions? No questions? All right, well, Miguel, I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
I know you had a rush to get here, and I apologize for that. I mean, I wish we had more time to get you situated and stuff beforehand.
No, but I really enjoyed it.
Okay, well, I think we really enjoyed getting to know you and your brand. Again, you guys, make sure you grab a bottle of Aguila Real from Ferment and Still. It's the real stuff. This stuff's really good, and I'm going to get my bottles, so I know I've got the first batch on
Yes,
hand
we got
here.
first batch. Awesome.
All right, and you know, like I always say, right? Life is too short to drink bad tequila.
It sure
so
is.
Pick up
You
a
won't-
bottle of
you won't
Aguila
have me
Real. Yeah. Pick up a bottle of Aguila Real, and you don't have to worry about it, right? Salute.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Miguel, hold on, and when we log off, we'll talk to you. Okay, so
right.
hold on.
Cheers.
Leo Bravo says we appreciate
Cheers.
your devotion and dedication to your product,
Thank you.
and then everybody's saying thank you. All right,
We appreciate you.
Thank you. All right, so we're all.